Imagine, you are planning to meet yourself from 10 years ago. What would you tell this person? What would you recommend? And how could that impact their life? In my case, I have a little sister who is almost 10 years younger than me and just about to start university. So all of these questions suddenly became highly relevant to me. On that note, I decided to make this video. So these are the 5 major mistakes I would warn my younger self or sister about in this case. First, instantly starting university after high school. Okay, I know this might be a little bit controversial to some. I know my dad wouldn't agree with me. But working before starting your university studies can greatly benefit you. And this benefit is twofold. First, by trying out different things, you gain a sense of what you love and what you hate. This idea of tasting stuff in your 20s is something Gary Vaynerchuk preaches all the time. Then you can use your newfound knowledge to find a path forward by inversion, a concept which was introduced to me by Charlie Munger. In his words, invert, always invert. Where don't you want to go and how do we get there? In this case, what that means is that to find the study path you want for yourself, first try different jobs and hopefully you will find something you enjoy. But even if you don't, you will still have narrowed down your options because you have found things you don't like. Then when you choose what to study, you may now avoid anything that leads into a job that is similar to anything that you did not like. Second, being too hasty in your choice of studies. In my opinion, there are 3 questions you should ask yourself when making the choice of what you want to study. First, will this degree yield me a positive ROI or return on investment? Or in other words, will I get closer to where I want to be by pursuing this degree? Second, do I find this subject interesting? And third, is this what I want to do or am I doing it to please someone else? In my case, I actually ended up studying a great subject which was both interesting and fairly good for landing a job. The problem was that for the first time in my life I started questioning the value of what I was doing. Now, this in itself is a good thing to do from time to time. However, I kept on rehashing this question year after year, which just decimated my study motivation. Instead, I should have treated this as the golden opportunity that it was, an opportunity to pursue any side project I had ever wanted to try without worrying about the opinions of others. I should also just have recommitted to my studies. This leads us to the third mistake, which is getting tempted by alternative paths. Studying can sometimes be a lot like a relationship. The temptation to look around for something quote-unquote better is there, but what you need to do is to create more reasons for staying in the relationship, or in this case your studies, than leaving. Recommit regularly to your chosen path and focus on all of the benefits of what you are doing and where that will lead you. This is less about tricking yourself and more about trying to shift your perspective. List out all of the things you enjoy about studying. These can be adjacent things as well, like friends you have gained throughout your studies and different soft skills that will benefit you for the rest of your life, like time management, organization, communication, and so on. Being grateful for what you have instead of annoyed of what you lack is difficult, but it is the only way to be happy and thereby also more productive. That brings us to the fourth mistake, not talking to older students. Treat older students as a treasure chest of information that can potentially save you hundreds of hours in some cases, and by extension also money. By the way, this is an approach well suited to life in general. Ask them about everything. How have they enjoyed their studies? What courses have been difficult and what courses have been worthwhile? How are the teachers? Who of them are very strict? Who of them are very good at lecturing? Which one are not as good? All of this is very valuable information and will have a huge impact on like what courses you take and how well you're gonna do. This will allow you to avoid a lot of common mistakes and fast track your studies with much less effort. In addition, you will be better prepared and know what to expect. My fifth and final mistake is being afraid to pursue something else. Look, being tempted is one thing, but actively hating what you do while depression is slowly creeping closer on the daily due to a lack of purpose is something completely different. So if you absolutely hate what you are doing, quit and go back to step 2 and figure out something else. Do not be a victim to the sunk cost fallacy. It's okay, even though you have done something for a while, it won't be wasted even though it feels like that. But you can spend your time better by doing something that you actually want to do. In this video, I go through books that I wish that I would have read as early as possible, or preferably even before I started studying, but these are great books for students. Please check that out. Until next time.